What could we have brought in the Berghaus Crusader? I tell you what, they're bomb-proof. They can carry anything in these. You shall find out shortly. Hi guys, welcome back to F&S Bushcraft. This week we are back at our old base camp. We've decided to pop up the lavvu because we committed to buying. Just swing around there, Matt, and show the viewers. An Outbacker stove. Absolutely cracking bit of kit. Just to hopefully sort of open up our winter section of the camping side of things, because we've not really done wild camping, bushcrafting too much in the very depths of winter. So hopefully this will allow us to do that. So yeah, give us a thumbs up and we'll see you shortly.
Hi guys, it's Matt. I'm just going to do a quick rundown of the stove for you. So as my dad explained, this is the Outbacker stove, and this particular model is called the Outbacker firebox stove. We paid for this out of our own pocket, and if you're interested, it's £150, which would roughly be about just over $200. I don't know about euros, you'll have to find out yourself. So on this model, this particular model, the Outbacker stove has got these new fold-out legs. On the original Outbacker stove, they had a long bar that would fold out, but these individual legs fold out, so you've got more manoeuvrability with the legs. On this one, you've got a small aperture window like this with, I think it's tempered glass. It'll need cleaning after a while, but that should last a long time, and you can check on your fire, see how it's getting on. A good indicator of how your fire is doing is if you look at the flue pipe up at the top. If there's no smoke whatsoever, and you can just see the heat plumes coming out, that's perfect. That means your stove is at the right temperature, it's burning all the gases off like it should, and it's working perfectly fine. If you're getting plumes of smoke coming out of the flue, that usually means that your fire isn't quite up to temperature in the stove, so you need to add more fuel into the stove, or just adjust the little oxygen gap at the front, and I'll just show that. So on this model, it has a little fan shaped hole, air hole, and you can just rotate it like so, and you can close it all the way off, which will completely starve the stove of oxygen. Or you can have it just slightly open, and that'll reduce the amount of oxygen that the fire gets, so it will slow down the rate of burn for your logs, so it will make your logs last longer. So say if you're coming to bed in the evening, you stock the stove up before bed, and you want the stove to stay warm all night, hopefully till morning, is you can adjust this oxygen hole so it's just barely open, so the fire's just barely getting enough oxygen, and that'll keep your fire in a prolonged state of low heat, rather than it all burning out and going to ash. So it's dead easy, you just rotate it like so. At the moment we've got it all the way open, but we're not really using it to heat up, it's just for demonstration purposes in this video. The stove comes with 2 side grills, which are absolutely perfect for stacking pots and pans or cups. Even at a pinch, if it's been a particularly wet day, say you've been hiking or you're hiking into your location that you're going to use the stove, you can hang wet socks on it, gloves or a hat, that'd be perfect. But at the moment, as you can see, I'm using it to dry wet firewood out, which it's perfect for. And especially if you've got the stove in an enclosed space like this, which will catch most of the heat, it'll dry those logs out quicker. The stove, the flue pipe, it comes with a, what's that called, Dad?
Jubilee clip.
A Jubilee clip, and you can tighten that up, and that'll tighten the stove flue onto
secures it in windy days.
Yeah, in windy days it'll secure the flue to the welded in jack that's on the top. The length of the stovepipe is exactly 2.51 metres.
But we have shortened it just for the purposes of here today. We've taken a few sections out.
Yeah. And it comes already with its own spark arrestor on top. As you can see, it comes with its own spark arrestor.
Bit with all the holes in. It's got a filled in top, and then just got all those holes punched through it, and that stops all the sparks. Well, I suppose to slow the sparks down.
Bit like an exhaust pipe, which is cool. But yeah, on the door, it's just a 2-hinge door, very simple. You've got a little ashtray in the bottom, if you can see that. So when your fire's completely died, you can pull the ashtray out and collect most of the ashes, but you'll obviously have to clean it out properly after that.
So applications, what can the stove actually be used for? What does that kind of open up?
And then it's got a little latch there, as you can see.
What kind of things does that open up for on camp? So,
but the stove, once you get one of these guys, you're made for winter. It allows you to be able to camp all year round, bushcraft all year round. You can use it in many different types of tents, shelters like canvas bell tents. They're very popular at the moment. You can use it in like what we've got, which is a polishlavvu. We've got it in the proper configuration as a small teepee. There's a lot of people that are going for the one Tigris at the moment, which is quite a large teepee.
So one Tigris hot tent, isn't it?
Hot tent, but that's a specific hot tent, so it's made to have a stove. But there are a lot of companies out there that offer stove jack kits, and the Outbacker company themselves do offer their own different selection of stove jacks. So yeah, this will allow you to camp through deep winter if you've got heavy snow, very bitter temperatures. I'd say down to -50, because people in Canada and Alaska, this is how they live. They live in a cabin or a little makeshift hut, and they have a little stove in, and something this size will heat a little shelter perfectly, like our shelter over there. I have no doubt in my mind that stove could heat that shelter.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
but it opens up. It means basically now we can, without lighting a dirty great big fire and having a great big fire scar on the floor, loads of plumes of smoke, we can now be a little bit more covert with where we are, what we're doing, because obviously there's literally, as you can see again, no smoke coming out the top of there. So we'll then be able to boil water and have a continuous hot water source. We can cook on the top of there, whack a frying pan on it and cook a steak, cook bacon. You know, you can boil up porridge, you can do all sorts of stew, anything and everything.
And also it's brilliant for those people who are more concerned about the environment and fire safety. Because the fire is contained in a metal box, you shouldn't have any worry about damaging the forest floor or forest fires, this is perfect for that. This isn't something you're going to want to bring on every trip, because the little sucker weighs 12 kilograms.
Yeah.
And we've lugged it in today, and we did
probably about a mile and a half, and that was a killer, wasn't it?
We did struggle a little bit, but if you're coming out for a long time, like a weekend or a week trip,
3-4 days,
perfect.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, tell us what you think in the comments. If you want to get yourself one, then I might put a link to the Outbacker website in the description for you.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah.
Just a quick disclaimer: we're not sponsored by any means. I'm doing this up helicopter.
That's very close.
So, before I was rudely interrupted, quick disclaimer: we're not sponsored by Outbacker stoves. I've done this off my own back. I've paid for it out of my own pocket. I just wanted to showcase this because this is going to open up so many things for us and this channel, and for you guys, content-wise.
And for the shelters that we build, we can now incorporate that into it, which will be brilliant.
As you saw last year, we did do the gypsy bender shelter in the snow. And I think it was -2 at the time, and it was absolutely freezing.
For us, yeah.
For us it was. But we weren't able to get out as often as we would like because of the temperature and the weather. So now we've got this, it's going to open that up for us. So stay tuned for in the future for future videos of the stove. We will be doing full bushcraft trips, overnighters and stuff, and we'll be cooking on it and showcasing it a bit more, so watch out for those.
We may even invest in perhaps a bigger canvas tent of some type, because we think, really, given the size of that, there's probably not going to be room in here for 2 of us. All right for one person, perfect for 1 person, but 2, nah, you're not going to fit in there with 2.
Have a look at that space.
Yeah, you've only got like 1 person lay up the side of the log stove there, kit back to this side, and you're done. There's no more space.
So yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
that's
guys,
for consideration. But we're going to probably use it predominantly now for the shelters that we're building.
So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. This has been FNS Bushcraft. I've been Matt.
And I've been John.
John. So please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and we'll catch you next time.